Something about autumn makes me come alive. The mornings have this crisp feel to it, with the sunlight caressing the morning dew. The days vary from sunny and bright to gray and gloomy. It's the perfect season for cozy evenings, quiet early nights, and general cocooning in my van. It brings beauty in all its colors, and the forest gets filled with mushrooms in all shapes and sizes. Walking around the woods has a magical feel to it, and it quiets my mind. I love autumn. It has the perfect balance for me, and I honestly can say that after spending 2 winters in Portugal, I have missed Dutch winters a little bit too. The end of the year is approaching fast, and this is usually the time I start to pack to get ready to leave the Netherlands. The past 2 winters have been wonderful. I visited beautiful places and I encountered loving people, and I've made some friends along the way. This year, I'm thinking about taking another approach. I might stay in the Netherlands for the winter, and instead of using up my summer savings in the wintertime, I will keep saving to have enough money to travel in spring again. I don't know if the winters in the Netherlands are even going to be fun in the van, but I do know I want to go visit places like the UK or Sweden and Norway or Italy and Croatia and Switzerland, and these places I would like to visit in spring or summer. So for now, it's looking like getting the maintenance done on the van and making Vanlife work in the Netherlands over the winter.
And just like that, we are in Epe in the Veluwe. And as we were driving here yesterday evening, I heard a loud, noise on the windshield. It was very dark when I woke up this morning. This has happened. Unfortunately, it's not just a steenslag, like a boop in the window. No, it is actually fractured. I can't even show you, very big. But we're hanging out here and we're going for a walk in the woods, and there's lots of mushrooms and such, so we're gonna have a look around and see what we can find. So we're walking in the woods, and I just encountered, I don't know if you can still see her, she's back there, a woman with a Pomeranian too, beautiful, wolfish color, but then also some gray in there, absolutely stunning. And we were talking, and I always like to talk to people about their dogs, and she's a little bit insecure, and she was barking, and so we were just talking to have a nice experience for her dog as well. And then she was talking to me about that there's actually a wolf here. I know that there's been sightings, and that I know that they are close by, and I know that wolves have really big, hunting territory around where they live, so that this is all in there. But she said that a couple of weeks ago, or maybe months ago, I don't know, but recently there was a baby boar over there dead, or a young boar dead, and all of the, can I say this? I don't know if I can say this on YouTube. The nice parts were taken out of there. He had eaten the nice parts, so the inside, the intestines. And she said, yeah, so they found it, so they know that it's active around here. I was like, oh my god, I love that. But at the same time, hello, Mr. Wolf, are you here? Please don't eat us. But that was so cool. And then another woman came by, and she has this adorable dog, which was a cross, what did she say? Like an English bulldog, a French bulldog, and a Jack Russell. She said it's called a Bull Russell or something. Such a cute dog. He was all white with some spots, and then he had a brown spot on his face and his ears. So adorable. Absolutely adorable. Anyway, we had a nice talk. I love having interaction with people about their dogs, and I just love walking around here. What is that? I see something over there. It's probably a person. I just love, what is it? Oh, it's maybe someone on a bike, because it's moving pretty fast. Anyway, we're having so much fun. The woods are turning into, what is it? I can't. Oh, it's someone on the bike. I couldn't see what it was. We're having so much fun. The fall colors are here. Like, we were here 2 weeks ago, no fall colors. And all of a sudden, but it has already frozen overnight somewhere here, I think. Is it a horse? No, I think it's a bike. So sorry. But the fall colors are here. Look at that. It's so beautiful. The lighting isn't that good today, so I can't really have it. I'm hoping I can take a video tomorrow with the beautiful colors. I haven't found any red and white mushrooms yet. I have found other ones, so let's have another nice walk. And I was thinking maybe for dinner tonight, maybe, come on, take out. Maybe I will get some pizza, but then I have to go back into town, but I could do that. They have really nice pizzas here. I don't know if they still have it, but they had a pizza with pear and gorgonzola, and it was so delicious. So maybe I'll go get one of these. Okay, let's have a walk around. I just love talking to people about their dogs. That's the fun thing with dogs. I would never have interaction with people when I'm walking in the woods, except for if they would want directions or something, or if that's something really cool to see. But if you have a dog, we get to talking, especially if you have a beautiful Pomeranian, we get to talking, and then I just love it. And yeah, so let's go for the rest of our little walk, and then we're gonna feed the dogs. And we're maybe gonna get some pizza.
So I decided to make the effort and treat myself to that wonderful pizza. And I highly enjoyed the gorgonzola pera pizza. So as I'm enjoying this, this pizza is so wonderful. I can tell you that I have an estimate on the pricing, what I was talking about in the last video. In my last video, I talked about the rust that is eating up the backside of the van. And I've gotten an estimate on the price, which is 2,800 euros, which I think is a fair price. There's a couple of other things that he will tackle, and I think it's an okay price. It's just, do I want to spend that money on the van, or is it better to keep that money and put it aside in case I would ever want to buy a new van and do the thing myself? That's something I'm thinking about. My dad and I are researching what stuff we're gonna need, how we're gonna go about. I'm gonna need a shed, I'm gonna need time, there's stuff I need. So we're thinking about that. In the meantime, I decided it was time to cut my own hair again. I really like this. I started doing this a while ago, and I just keep doing it, and I really like the haircut I have. And whenever it's too long or it's in my face or whatever, I just get the shears out and I cut it. And yeah, I'm really excited I can do this myself too. So I'll probably be able to fix the rust on my van too. If you can cut your own hair, you can probably fix the rust on your van. I always love going to Guus's property so much. It's just a piece of land with woods behind his house where we can park up. I go to dinner with him, I hang out with him, and then I just stay here in this beautiful part. Look how wonderful this is. The dogs can just run around, and I only let them run around when I'm watching them because there's so many mushrooms out there, and Wolfie and Pooh do like to eat stuff off the ground. I've never seen them eat a mushroom, but you never know, so I'm always keeping an eye on them. And after spending lots of time there playing in the woods, it was time to leave and go back to the farm where I work. And I made an appointment to get the windshield fixed. So I wanted to show you guys what it's like driving back in the dark in the evenings in the Veluwe. There's no lighting. There's some fog here and there, and you can only have your big light, I don't know what that word is, like the big light, on when there's nobody coming toward, and then you have good sighting. But look, when you turn it off, it's so dark, and boar and deer can just cross the road. So yeah, I always go really slow here because I have a big van, so I think my brakes, I'll have a longer time braking if anything crosses the road. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys how scary this is until you get to the highway, and then there's lights, and then everything's gonna be fine. So let's go and have the windshield fixed. So as you can see, I was allowed to film some parts of it. The man that is fixing the van, though, just did not want to be recognizable in the frame, which I understand. So he is blurred over here and there. So sorry about that. But now you can see the process. This was so fascinating to me. It is glued on there, and I don't really exactly know how it's glued on there, but this is so cool to see. He just put some sort of wire in between, and then he tightens it, and that's what's cutting the old adhesive out so that he can take the windshield out. That's so fascinating. It only took them an hour and a half, and then I had a new one, and I was allowed to drive off. I was like, it's not gonna fall out when I'm driving? He's like, no, and you have a lifetime of warranty on the how do you say that, on the how it's put on there. This was so fascinating to see. Like, imagine doing this for a job. That's like being Superman, being able to get the windows in and out. Like, that's so cool. Anyway, have fun watching my new windshield put in. So, how do you like my new windshield? I'm actually really happy that I got a new one because I already had like 5 spots already on there that they had fixed with a little bit of stuff on there, so that they wasn't gonna crack any further. But one of them was like somewhat in my vision field in the front. But now I have a completely new one, and hopefully no pebbles will come up. It happened when I was driving on the highway, and there was this truck, and it just came from the truck, and it shattered. Yeah, it was really made lots of noise. That was the most thing that I didn't really like. And I had to order a new sticker for when I'm going to go through France. So we got that, we ordered it. It's gonna be all okay. And yeah, that's the end of my video. I think that in a future video somewhere, we're probably going to tackle the rust. There's a couple of things that I really need to do, and I would like to do it before winter, but I have to see if I can get a big workspace that has a roof on it, so that I can work dry and that things can dry, because I also need to have, it's going to be hard work, physical hard work, so I need to have time to take breaks. If I only have like 2 days until it's going to rain, we have a limit. Like, we have a deadline, and then I can take a break if I need it, because it's going to be hard. I think I know a place where we can go, and my dad is willing to help, so together we're probably going to make it work. I also thought maybe on materials I'm going to spend like 200 euros or something. If I try this all myself and I'm going to fail tremendously and it's going to not work, we can always still do what the men offer to do. But the thing is, they're going to weld, which means in my garage area, I have to take everything out. I have to take my batteries out, all of my electrics on that wall. I have to take the entire electricity stuff. I have to disassemble. How do you say that? Yeah, disassemble, is it the word? Everything. And then I have to take the entire wall out. I have to take all the insulation out. And then he can cool it from the back and weld it from the other side. And that way, because if he can't cool it from the back, everything's going to catch fire. So he needs to, because it's going to be so hot. So, and if we're going to do it ourselves, we are going to use, we're not going to weld anything. We're going to take all the rust off, which is, I think, going to leave massive holes in the van. And then we found some parts that we can put in there, which we can attach with some sort of I don't know what it's called. It's when you put two stuff together, you mix it together, it gets bonded, and then you have like 10 minutes to work with it. And you have sorts of them. We saw a video on it. There's stuff I can't really explain because I don't really know the words for it. But there's a way we can do it without getting heat. And we can do it ourselves. It's just going to be a lot of work. And we need to prop the van up on something because we need to take the wheels off. Because now you can't stick your head in. There's not room between the car and the wheel. So you don't even see what you're doing. We can work with mirrors and stuff. But I just want to be able to have like glasses or something on my head. Just stick my head in there. Put like a shield on my face so it doesn't fall on my face. And just scratch it all and do stuff. That's what I would like to do. Anyway, I am excited about doing it myself because I really like doing it myself, but I'm also, it's gonna be a lot of work. Yeah. So it looks like we're gonna try it ourselves. That's what it's looking like. And also, I got a comment that I kind of didn't link to this situation, but when I had my Max Air fan installed professionally in Portugal, that left me with a bigger mess to clean than if I would have just done it myself. And it cost me some money. So, if I would have this professionally done, I do trust that it's going to be professionally done. And I won't be able, I won't have any maintenance on it whatsoever after that. But when she said that, I thought, oh, that would suck if I would spend so much money and then have it all professionally done. I wouldn't be spending more money because if I wouldn't have my van for a week, I'm probably going to go on a holiday because I'm not going to stay at my parents' house for a week. I love my parents, but that would probably drive me nuts. So then I would go somewhere too, so it would be a really expensive week. But then it would be professionally fixed. Vlog life with dogs. They always interrupt when they hear something. Anyway, that's the story about the rust. The windshield has been fixed. The check engine light has been checked. It turned off on its own, and they checked it and they said, okay, it's something about a heating sensor, and they took it out of the computer, so if it comes on again they can check it again and then they're gonna look into it. But they said it's probably something just faulty for just that second. The ESP message comes on every now and then. I don't know if it has something to do with mud at the tires or water in some sensors, because like all summer I usually don't get it, and then in fall and winter I sometimes get the message, but it's nothing apparently. And I cut my own hair and I had it dyed. I went to my aunt, she's a hairdresser, and she dyed my hair. And the fun thing is I can't really see the back, so I cut it as short as I can up to like the hairline. And she said, how did you I said, not who did, I did. But how did you do that? I was like, I'm just looking in the mirror. And she said, it's almost perfectly straight. So I was very excited about that. Very proud of myself because I thought I can't see it. So I just look in the mirror. And then after that, I'm not looking because I'm like, I don't see it. And if it's not straight, whatever. But I was really excited to hear that I did a good job. And I had the blonde dyed a little bit more like towards my own color. So it's more fall. It's better for fall if I'm going to stay here anyway. So it looks like I'm going to stay here. I don't know for sure, but that's what it's looking like. But if winter hits and I'm like, oh, this is not doable, I might leave. I also have a plan which might or might not work, is that I might go to Belgium, where my friend might buy a farm, and go to help out there for a while in January or February. And then I can stand in a big... I keep saying the word shed. I think shed is small. Like, what is a big... Is a shed for a farm like a haish? Is that also shed? What's that word? I'll look it up. Anyway, I can stay in there and I have electricity. So then, as long as the van doesn't get wet on the outside and I have electricity so my power keeps going, then I think I'll be fine. So, this is the end of my video. I want to thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
I don't know what we'll be doing, but I'll take you along for that one too. And in the meantime, don't forget to say yes to Newvanventures.